right, gentlemen and gentolettes. We're in the good old Galveston Bay, looking at some properties. I got me and the crew here. Obviously, Isaiah. We got TJ in the back. Chris on the camera.
Howdy.
And we're here to buy some property. Looking for the main property we're looking at's a quadplex out here. 3 units rented already. One of them is vacant. Hoping to turn that vacant unit into an Airbnb. But I mean, who knows? Who knows, right? We're out here on the beach, out in Galveston, and we're just trying to make some money, man. I'm really just trying to make some money. We're going to go get some Shipleys right now, and then we're going to go meet up with a realtor to go check out a couple properties. A local realtor that we found. Shout out to her. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun day. So looking forward to it, and we'll keep you updated on everything. We're at the quadplex now. We're going to go in. We're going to take a look at the vacant unit. We're also going to take a look at the other units. We're not going to get those on videos because there's people actually living in those. But we're going to go take a look at that vacant unit. We're going to give you all the floor plan and everything. So, walk into the living room area. You got the kitchen right here. You got the bathroom here first. Bathroom needs a little bit of work. Here's bedroom number 1. And then bedroom 2 right here. And then number 3. This is the master. So 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. We're buying this bad boy. We're buying this bad boy for $270. We got the boys here.
The boys. Let me show myself real quick.
Hey, a little struggle there. Make my gimbal work extra hard. Investor just dropped us off 45 thou wows. Gotta go deposit this in the bank for the down payment on the quadplex out in Sealy, out in Galveston. So we'll keep you updated on everything. I know we just shot a video of the actual property not too long ago for this next one. This next video when we actually close and everything, we close on the 30th, I think. For the 30th, and then we have another property we're closing on actually tomorrow in Copper Cove. So it's exciting, very excited, guys. Shout out to Tommy and Ben for pulling up in the video. Shout out to Ladanian.
The one recording the video.
I almost said something. Hit the camera. Alrighty, guys. So this is the property I just bought. It's a quadplex out in Galveston. We put an offer back in December of 2025. We ended up getting it for $270. Now this quadplex needed about $30,000 renovations. I saw this property and I was like, man, this is a banger of the deal. So we went to go grab it. So we're all in for about $300,000. So $300,000 is our all-in price. Now with this property, I actually brought in a partner for this deal. This partner ended up giving me about $80,000. The lender that we went with this one required 20% down. And also closing costs, we had to pay tax, or we had to pay insurance and stuff like that up front. So it was about $80,000 to close on this, just under 80 grand. So he gave me $80,000 to help close this property. Okay. So here's kind of numbers on everything. We just bought this. We just closed on this about a week and a half ago. We got 4 units. 3 of the units currently are being rented out for $1,400. So $1,400 is what, for 4,200 currently right now. $4,200. Now the 3rd unit is vacant. We're actually taking part of our rehab money to renovate that unit, and also we're going to be buying furniture. We're going to turn that one to an Airbnb. Now the Airbnb, it's a big, obviously if you know Galveston, it's a big tourist kind of town. There's a lot of people who go there, a whole bunch of different events, things like that happen. So we ran the numbers. We talked to a lot of Airbnb hosts out there as well. They think it can bring in around $40,000 gross
and roughly about $25K net. So about $2,000-ish a month that we can expect from that. Now, obviously, some months are going to be slower. Summertime's probably going to be bigger. Weeks like spring break and things like that are going to be some bigger weeks. So just for rough numbers, we're going to just say, instead of 6,200, we're going to say 6,000. So our total gross is going to be $6,000 on this property. So we're all in for $300K. We're grossing $6,000 a month from this property. All right. So we got an appraisal done on this. The appraisal actually came back at $550,000. So check this out. So $550,000. I have two options right now. So our current loan amount is, I believe, like $250. It's a little under $250. We're just going to say $250 right now, just because we had to pay for the 20% down, and we had to pay for, like I said, taxes, a whole bunch of stuff up front and all that stuff. So our current loan amount, $250. If we decide to keep it, and then my partner will stay in the deal, he's fine with either way. He will get about 40% of the income on that. My partner, he'll get 40% income, and we will cash flow $36,000 a year, or about $3,000 a month on that property. And again, that for me, no money out of pocket. My money was in the rehab, and obviously we get to pull that back out whenever we refinance a property through the draws and things that our lender offers us. So that's option one. That's a very real option we might continue with. Out of that 40%, let's do the math real quick. 36,000 times 0.4. It'll make about $14,000 a year. That is a pretty good return on investment from $80,000. That's a pretty solid return, and that's not including appreciation and everything else on the property. So he's going to make pretty solid money on this if we keep it that way. The other option, and this might be the option we end up going with, is we're going to do a possible cash out refinance on the property. We have to do a refi either way because it's a hard money loan. One of the options is just to leave it at the $250. The other option is to do the full refinance out, where we only keep 75%. We keep 25% of the property, and then the bank loans is 75% of the value, right? 75% of the value is going to be $412. We'll say $410, easy numbers, right? $410. And so what's cool is we'll take the $410, right? $410 minus the $250 that we own. So that leaves us with 160 right there. $160,000. Check this out. So what I'm going to do, I always take care of my partners and my partners, my lenders, all the people who provide me money, investment partners, all that stuff. I always take care of them, right? So I could refinance this property in about 2 months, and I'm going to give him $100,000. So his money would be out of his pocket for 3 months. He gave me $80,000 for 3 months. He received $100K. $100,000 is what he got in 3 months. He gave me 80, got $100,000. That's $20K profit that he got. $20K in 3 months on an $80,000 return, on an $80,000 investment is going to be a 100% yearly return, right? Because $20K is 1/4 of what he gave me. And he only had it for 3 months. 3 months is 1/4. So over a yearly number, that's actually 100% return, right? But no investor is going to be upset about getting a 25% return in 3 months, right? So he gave me $80,000. I gave him $100 back. What's cool about this, though, is I'm actually going to get $60,000 from this property. So I'm going to get $60,000 to put into my pocket. And that's what's cool about this. It's it's tax-free. I don't have to pay any taxes on the property. I don't have to pay any taxes on that, on that $60,000 because it comes from a loan, right? If we go this route, I'll end up cash flowing about $24,000 a year, or about $2,000 a month. So those are my two options that we're currently discussing right now. Either way, this property is an absolute gold mine because the appraisal is so high. We walked into $300,000 of equity in the property, which is awesome. I could also sell the property and, probably make, after taxes and everything, probably make around $200,000. That's not probably the route we're going to go, just because I can do this right here and keep it, most of it. So this is probably what we're going to end up going with, is this this cash out for the 410 amount and paying off my my partner there. So he'll be out of the deal and I'll cash flow at $24K a year. So that's kind of the numbers on this one. Like I said, this was a banger of a deal. This was absolutely awesome. You won't find these all the time, but one thing I will say, when I first started into real estate, I was so hungry to get into my first deal that I hopped in deals that weren't great, right? That made sense. They hit the 75% rule or the 70% rule everyone talks about, right? But they don't cash flow right. They don't. Guys, if you wait for the right deal, you don't jump in too soon, you're going to find some crazy good deals like this one. So this deal is an absolute banger. This is out in Galveston, Texas, close to the beach. So it's really, really solid. The rents are awesome there. They're all 3-1, so 3-bed, 1 baths. It's absolutely awesome. So that's the numbers on this one. And that's about it.